The Netflix blockbuster, Squid Game, is absolutely packed with Easter eggs, foreshadowing hidden nuggets and behind-the-scenes information, some of which you might have missed the first time around. So we decided to have a look at them here, so let's get started. But before we go on, I would like to point out that 95% of my viewers aren't really subscribed to the channel. So if you like my videos and don't want to miss out on new ones, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It's completely free, and you can simply unsubscribe at any time. Let's get into the video right now. This video will as usual contain a lot of spoilers, so proceed only if you have watched the series. Let's start with the show's greatest twist. Oh Il-nam, aka Player One, is the brains behind the games and the one in command behind the scenes. While this was definitely a surprising revelation for many of us, including myself, there were several indications to his true identity. For starters, in Episode 5 the police officer is looking for answers regarding his missing brother. He walked inside the data room to double-check the information on the player. The first book he checked into is a Squid Game produced in 1999, and the information for the number 1 player is on the first page, which makes sense, but when he discovered the 2020s player list, it began with number 2 instead of 1, which is the old guy. Since we know the elderly guy is the game's host, there's no purpose for him to fill up his own information in the file because he's only participating for the fun of it, not to win the game. Also, the fact that the neighborhood in the marble game looks so much like the one where he grew up as a child, the fact that his number is 1 and there are no other elderly players in the game, and the fact that he appears to know a lot about the games he plays, such as Tug of War. This is by far my favorite detail, so hear me out. We all know that the old man joined the game only for his entertainment, and that his life was not in danger, but the Tug of War game is one that would have killed him if he had played it for real. Participants are required to be tied to the rope before the game begins, and both handcuffs have a little lock on them. Even on the elderly, this is true. When they complete the game, however, we can see that the locks on the elderly man's handcuffs have been removed. This is how I believe he expected himself to defy death in this game, and perhaps even more significant is the fact that the robotic girl's scanner in red light green light is unable to distinguish him as a player. Also the fact that his name literally translates to number 1 man in English. And in the montage where multiple contestants are waiting for the van to re-enter the game, they're all guests except for Oh Il-nam, who climbs the van with his own free discretion. A detail that all players missed is that if they paid close enough attention, they could figure out what game would come next. That's because there are murals depicting children playing various games on the walls of the dormitory where the participants sleep, all of which are played at some time throughout the show. There's an illustration for Red Light Green Light, Tug of War, the Glass Bridge, and of course, the Squid Game itself if you look closely. Also, several of the show's characters' deaths are foreshadowed in their lives outside of the game. Kung Se-buk, for example, holds a knife to a man's throat and threatens to rip it open, similar to her murder at the hands of Cho Song-woo. Another occupant, Jung Dok-soo, whose death is hinted at when he leaps over a bridge after being cornered by the gang members. Just like the moment when he falls to his death from the glass bridge in the game. Ali also steals money and leaves a man to die, just like Cho Sang-woo does to him in the game. While Cho Sang-woo lays in a bathtub wearing a wetsuit, this scene is foreshadowing his rain-soaked battle with Song Gi-hun. In accordance with the foreshadowing at the arcades, Song Gi-hun chooses a certain present for his daughter based on how it looks. Ironically, the box resembles the coffins in which the players are deposited when they are eliminated. The gun is also a lighter, which is also hinting at the bodies that get cremated once they are eliminated from the game. Another foreshadowing detail is the fact that Song Gi-hun wins $4.56 million at the racetrack, and since his number in the game is 4, 5, and 6, and he gets $4.56 million, maybe that's also a reference to his number. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you all next time.